welcome to my Sunday scan. This is a recap from the scan I did yesterday, but yeah, today's scan is going to be a little bit more specific because I'm I'm targeting two plays for this next week, and I'm going to only focus on these two. But let's analyze the border market for now and begin with the SPY. Okay, so SPY is at all-time highs as usual. We are testing this trend line that comes from the beginning of the month August. As you can see, we only broke this trend line two times. Two times. And we are now testing it, and let's see what happens on Monday. But if we break this trend line, we can come down to test this previous high. A break of this previous high, this support, we can see the price action coming all the way down to around 662, 63. The next trend line we have a break of this, and yeah, we can come all the way down to 657. But I don't believe it. I believe that we came down and retest this on the worst case. We're gonna have interest rate cuts on the end of this month of October. So yeah, I can see the market having a little pullback and a bounce into that cut interest rate cuts. There's not much to say about SPY because we are at all-time highs. On the daily, we had this hammer candle that can signify a reversal, but let's see. I don't want to make predictions. We don't know. So we have to see for this next week. The week was a good week, as you can see, a big candle. And on the 1 hour, I'm looking for these possible three higher. Sorry, let me just. This mousepad is annoying. Yeah, we have these possible three higher highs. Three higher highs into a small distribution. We had big volume here, and here. Yeah, it was the one that I'm looking because I don't know. We can maybe see a retest of this trend line and a test as this of this high as resistance for the LPSY, and then coming all the way down to 657. That's a possibility before the interest rate cuts. So this is what I'm seeing on SPY. Let's move on to the financial sector. I was watching the financial sector last week. We had the opportunity, but I just wanna look because we are in this range, on this range, and I don't see an opportunity for now. We have to get out of this range, so I'm gonna look for the price action coming up to 54.26 or to 53.25, a break of these levels, and we have a possible play because we have this gap fill here, this gap left from the end of August, a possible fill, and above this resistance, yeah, we have the all-time highs. I think. Let me just check. I don't want to say something stupid, but yeah. We have the all-time highs above these. So above these, I'm not gonna trade. We have this trend line. I want to see a break, a retest of this trend line, and then maybe I enter a position for a long position. Until then, I'm just gonna watch and let's move on. Let's move on to the financial, the energy sector. I already have my play here. What I'm seeing, this one is the one of the plays I'm looking at, because we still didn't fill this gap all the way up. So a possible retest of this trend line is going to be a good entrance for the gap fill around 94. So I'm looking at this opportunity. I want to take this. This is very close to my entry, and probably I'm gonna take it on Monday. Let's see how the market opens. But yes, um, if I wanna watch a particularly individual name of this sector, I'm gonna look at Oxy. There's a rumor of Berkshire buying. I don't wanna say something wrong, but billions of shares, billion of dollars in shares, and we had this big candle down. I don't believe we're going down much more, so we have an opportunity here. But to take this opportunity, I want to see a reclaim of this trend line, a break of this golden pocket. And let me see something. My mouth pad is a little bit annoying at the moment. Yeah, I want to see a break of this trend line, a reclaim of this trend line, and then I will target a play for the gap fill we have above. For this play, we have this gap fill, we have this gap fill, so I want to see a reclaim of this level, and then enter a play on Oxy. But I see it happen before on or I want to say sooner on the energy sector for sure. So that's my play. I'm gonna take the sector, the index, and I'm gonna be on the lookout for the Oxy play too. Now let me just make a recap of this play and my plan for the week. I'm still in commons. I sold all the calls for this play. I'm only with commons, but I was expecting this to fill these gaps above, and I still am. I don't know when, but I think I'm not gonna wait, because we can see a retest again of these breakouts. Let me just zoom out on the weekly. Yeah, we have this gap here left for this progression gap. We can see it coming down to maybe test or fill partially the gap, and I don't want to hold I don't want to hold for this drawdown. So probably I'm going to wait and see where we open, but if we open and close above this high, I'm gonna close my position. I'm pretty much in profits. I have no problems in closing below this level here. And that's my plan for Intel. Now, let's go to my main focus for this week. I already saw many people talking about this name. I didn't look, but now I watch it and I think it's a really good opportunity. That is BMNR. BMNR. If we go to the weekly, just to show you, we are making this huge flag wedge, how you want to call it. And I know we have this gap below, but if you look at the volume, we had no volume prior to that, and now we have big volume, big interest in this name, and we are very close to a breakout of the wedge. So I think it's the perfect opportunity. We are at 56 at the moment, but by the measures of this pattern, we can see it coming way up. I don't say it's 900, but yeah, 700. I believe it. Let me see. Yeah, we have this resistance here. I believe it to 600. We can see, and it's a big way up. So I want to take this opportunity. I'm going to put my risk very tight. I'm thinking in playing this with commons because I don't want to risk too much. I want to risk around 5%. I want to risk right like 10%. Let me just be more precise. I don't know where we're gonna open, but even if we open here, I wanna risk like 15, yeah, 20, 15, 20% around this to make a ton, as you saw, to 600. It's yeah, it's a lot. Just to 600, it's like 1000%. Yeah, it's a lot. So the risk to reward here on this play is awesome. I want to take it, but I'm going to play with commons, maybe, and maybe if we break out and retest the breakouts, I will buy some calls, or I didn't decide yet, or I'm going to edge the position of commons with short dated puts. That's a possibility too. We have a big opportunity here if we go to Ethereum, because this is a Ethereum company. If we go to Ethereum, Ethereum had this mega fan very close to the all-time highs, and as you can see, We broke the megaphone and we are at the top retesting it for a possible breakout. We are flagging too above the megaphone. The flag would took us to 10,000. So yeah, this is bullish. If we look at this pattern, this is bullish. I don't need this. If you look at this pattern, this is bullish, but if we watch the monthly, we can see that we have a possible double top, and that double top would be nasty because we can come down to retest this trend line again, and it was gonna be bloodbath. So that's why I'm thinking if I'm gonna edge the position of BMNR with some short dated puts just for the breakouts, for the interest rate cuts, probably with the expire being November. But yeah, I'm gonna buy commons. We have more protection that way, and yeah, that's gonna be my main position. I think I'm gonna take a big position. I'm still thinking the size, but it's gonna be a big one. And that's it. That's my only place. I don't want to talk about Bitcoin or crypto miners of Bitcoin because we are already at the all-time highs. We are at all-time highs, but to be honest, we rejected the all-time highs with the hammer, big rejection. No volume on the breakouts. I don't know. I don't want to take anything related to Bitcoin. I'm liking Ethereum, and that's gonna be my focus. GameStop had a bad Friday. If we hold this previous gap that was already filled, but if we hold this level, we can see a bounce from here. I'm hoping we had the warrants and everything else, so I'm just looking what happens with this name, because every time we have some big event or some big announcement or something, this name is very unpredictable, and I don't want to chase anything. I have some calls, I have commons. I'm cool with that, and yeah, there's not much to say. Let's see what happens this next week. So see you next week. Let's get some money. Good luck, be safe, and yeah, let's go.